So Spain is famously known for their seafood. Like seriously, you go to any major city here, from Madrid to Barcelona, Valencia, Sevilla, and beyond, and they all have these huge markets in the middle of town known as Mercado Central. You go in there and the seafood department is so huge. Even where I live in the small town in the mountains, away from the sea, you go to the local supermarket and the fish department is the biggest department in the store. Anyways, with that being said, today, I'm going to show you how to make one of Spain's most popular fish recipes. We're talking salmon a la plancha. Now the beauty of this recipe is that you don't add any fat into the pan. That way that salmon keeps its beautiful natural flavor and it still gets a nice crispy skin, and the salmon itself just melts in your mouth, folks. This recipe is so easy to make. It's made with just a handful of ingredients and the textures and flavors of the salmon are mind-blowing delicious. Let's begin by grabbing a grilling pan. You can also use a fry pan here. Either way you go, make sure that it's non-stick. With the technique we're going to cook the salmon in, if the pan is not non-stick, it's not going to work. And I'm going to heat it with a medium-high heat. While the pan is heating up, let's get the salmon ready. I've got a beautiful fillet of fresh salmon here. This is 410 grams, which is about 14 ounces. Now when I bought this salmon, it was already cleaned up by my fishmonger, so there's no pin bones on there. If your fillet of salmon has the pin bones in there, you can just easily remove them with a tweezer. And to make this recipe, you can also use frozen salmon. Just make sure you fully thaw it out. Either way you go, make sure you pat it completely dry with paper towels, especially the part with the skin side, as this is one of the steps that's going to help crisp up that skin. Then I'm going to cut the piece of salmon into 3 evenly sized fillets. Then we'll drizzle a kiss of extra virgin olive oil over the fillets. And rub the olive oil all over the top of the fillets. And we'll season them with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And you want to do this exact same step on the other side of the fillets. That's the side with the skin. Not only is this going to help add some flavor to the salmon, but it's another one of the reasons that's going to help crisp up that skin. Immediately after seasoning the fillets of salmon, I'm going to add them into the hot grill pan, making sure you go skin side down. Now the reason why you want to go skin side down first on the fillets is because that skin provides a safety layer between the salmon and the hot pan. That way the salmon doesn't overcook too quickly, which can easily dry it up. And also by doing this technique, as the rendered fat starts coming down from the salmon, it's the third and final reason that's going to help crisp up that skin. After exactly 4 minutes, I'm going to gently flip the fillets of salmon to cook the other side. Now the thickness of these salmon at the thickest part is 1 inch, which is about 2.5 centimeters. If your fillets of salmon are a little bit thinner, go between 30 to 60 seconds less. And if they're a little bit thicker, once again, go between 30 to 60 seconds more. After a total cooking time of 6 minutes, that's 4 minutes on the skin side and 2 minutes on the flesh side, these fillets of salmon should be perfectly cooked. You don't want to overcook them. I'm going to start removing them from the pan, making sure as you're removing them that you add them skin side up, otherwise that skin can easily get soggy. And we'll turn off the heat and set our salmon fillets aside. While our salmon is resting, let's make a very simple Spanish green garlic sauce, which is known here in Spain as un picadillo de ajo y perejil. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil into a bowl. This is 30 milliliters. I'm going to grab 1 clove of garlic, finely grate it into the olive oil. If you don't have a grater, you can use finely minced the garlic. We'll grab a handful of fresh parsley, finely chop it, and add in about 2 tablespoons into the olive oil and garlic, which is 8 grams. We'll season it with a kiss of sea salt and whisk it together until everything's well mixed. Alright, let's start plating our dish. I'm going to grab one of the fillets of salmon, add it into a serving dish. Once again, make sure that skin is sitting on top. If you put it in the bottom, all that heat's going to come down and you're going to lose that beautiful crispy texture. I'm going to add some of the green garlic sauce over the salmon. and we'll garnish it with a lemon wedge and some slices of tomato. Check it out, our Spanish Salmon a la plancha is done. A beautiful salmon with no fat in the pan that has the most incredible crispy skin to it. You saw this, easy to make, simple ingredients. Serve it next to some roasted potatoes and a glass of Spanish wine for a slice of heaven. Let's give this a try and see how it tastes. All right, folks, moment of truth. Let's see how this turned out. This is so exciting. Like I told you at the beginning, that salmon is beautifully cooked. It just melts in your mouth. And then that crispy skin adds such a great texture and flavor, rounded up with that garlic sauce, an explosion of so much goodness. You saw this, easy to make, simple ingredients in my opinion. This is the best way to prepare salmon. Try it at home. You will not believe how good it is. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Tommy Williams, Clarence Bolin, Carson Korn, Martin Giddings, and Aravinda Garimea. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon and you'd like to support the show so I can continue to release videos like this, you'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.